that we must defeat the most dangerous president in the history of our country.
Stop tape. Indeed, Donald Trump is the most dangerous president in the history of this country to somebody like Bernie Sanders, a Marxist socialist. He's very dangerous to Bernie Sanders' agenda and AOC and her agenda and all the other radicals in the Democrat Party and their agendas to make over this republic into some kind of socialist utopia that can never exist, in the process trampling upon and destroying the United States Constitution. Oh yeah, Donald Trump is very dangerous to this attack on the foundation of this republic. Very dangerous to Bernie Sanders. Very dangerous to open borders. Donald Trump is very dangerous to open borders. Why? Because the 45th President of the United States wants to seal our southern border, wants to protect the people in this republic, and wants to stop the flow of illegal immigration. So yes, Donald Trump is very dangerous to people who want open borders. Donald Trump is very dangerous to people who want to grow the size and scope of the federal government. Why? Because Donald Trump, as president during his almost 3 years in office, has reduced the size and scope of the federal government. People say, you know, the Trump administration's, well, they're not filling positions in the federal government. Okay, so how exactly is that a problem? That's not a bad thing. You ever measured the size of the federal government? It's crazy. It's the biggest employer in the world. The biggest employer in the world is our federal government. We're doing things in the federal government that the framers of the Constitution would have never imagined that taxpayer dollars would be paying for. Like these studies, these crazy studies of how many Skittles you can eat in an hour without getting a stomach ache. These crazy nutcase studies that we are paying for, that goes to show how dangerous the federal government has become and how the federal Leviathan has grown out of control. So yes, Donald Trump is very dangerous to an overgrown federal government. He's also very dangerous to people who don't want to put America first. Very dangerous to the Barack Obamas of the world, who, as President of the United States, took our country off the international stage, took us off the front burner and put us on the back burner and put third world countries ahead of us. And that was the whole message behind the so-called Paris Climate Accord, right? It was a giant scheme to redistribute wealth. It was a giant scheme to take our taxpayer dollars in the United States and give them to third world countries. That's all it was. Has nothing to do with the polar ice caps. Has nothing to do with rising seawaters. Has nothing to do with global warming. It has everything to do with a radical Marxist socialist agenda. So yes, Donald Trump is very dangerous for people who want massive redistribution of our taxpayer dollars on a global scale. He's very dangerous to people who support the Iran nuke deal. He's very dangerous to the Iranian regime because he's holding them accountable. He's not giving them billions and billions of dollars and not giving them a lot of rope to hang people with because they are the #1 sponsor of terror in the world. He's not doing any of that. In fact, he's doing the opposite. He's putting the financial screws to the Ayatollah and the Iranian regime. So he's very, very dangerous to people who support what Barack Obama did and support allowing Iran to develop nuclear weapons. So he's very dangerous to Iran. He's very dangerous to people like Bernie Sanders because Donald Trump is the political and constitutional kryptonite to Bernie Sanders. Roll tape.
A man who is a pathological liar.
Oh, stop the tape. In order to do what Bernie Sanders is doing and has been doing now for decades, you have to be a pathological liar. Donald Trump is not a pathological liar. Donald Trump is transparent. We can see him think in real time via Twitter. And he holds more news conferences than probably all the other presidents combined. Think about it. When did you, last time you saw Barack Obama when he's about to go on the chopper there and then fly off somewhere? When's the last time we saw Barack Obama stop and hold a news conference almost daily? So no, the pathological liar is Bernie Sanders, necessarily because he's trying to hoodwink the American people with his radical agenda. So who is more dangerous, Bernie? A Marxist socialist who's helping to conspire to overthrow a duly elected president? A partisan hack who weaponized the whistleblower process to take out this president? Or Donald Trump, who is working to secure this republic from attacks from without and from within?
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.